Welcome to Trading Lounge in the US Indices for the 1st of April, and starting with the S&P here, we've been looking at the move down here being an A wave and then an A wave back into this space here, and this would make an A wave here, a B wave here, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. So this B wave needs to sit on here, on this low here, and if that's the case, then we can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for wave 1 and 2 here, and then this was a little fourth wave in here, so this would be the top of third and fourth and fifth. So realistically we could top out with one more push to the upside here and then roll over from this point. And as I mentioned here last week as well, if we were going to go long, then we need that top to come into play here, and then we would see a bounce here, a move back down, and then would take this off here. So it would be this pattern here. If that was going to be, it's either going to fall down from that point, after that down for 1, back for 2, and work lower here. But if it takes this one out, then we can go long from that point. That means it would be in more of a bullish pattern. It's hard to get the bullish pattern to sort of fit because this appears to be impulsive here. All of this appears to be corrective here. There is some gaps here on the cash market at 850 and 855, but the market pulling back up to up into this space up here. Technically it can move up to one point within this high here for this market, but we're already above the 61.8% retracement level here. So this little pattern here with the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and that's what we got here, the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level that's not finished yet, and then rolling over from here, then this would give us that tested support on top of the 61.8% mark, the 2830 subgroup 1, 1, 2 and 3. So that would be the catalyst for that side there. There are, if we have a look at the Dow Jones, we had a look at this before really, so this is a 4-hour chart. This has been in a sideways corrective pattern. So to me this feels like it's got further to go to the upside. I know that we could still have this as down for 1 here, an A wave here, an A and a B and a C for the B wave here, then 1 and 2 here, and then 3, 4 and 5 here, but that's taking us quite high at that particular stage, and then we'll have an ABC pattern here. So we don't really have a bearish pattern here for this particular market so far. So but we need to allow this to play out here. But yeah, just thought I'd look at that again. For the Nasdaq, it's traveling okay within that particular pattern here of an A wave here, an A and a B and a C wave here. The 61.8% is a little bit closer to the previous high here, so we'll just allow this also to play out through here as well. So we should get another little push to the upside here and then start fading from that point there. So we're still on track for, just recapping here a little bit, we're still on track for this to top out through here and then move down. On the cash market, that little move to the upside here, we can see it here in terms of wave 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for the third wave. So we've still got a fourth and a fifth wave here to go for the cash market, which could take the cash market up to 2850 sort of area here, and we've also got this little gap over here for this market. So yeah, we need this impulse wave from this low here moving up here to play out in the futures market and the cash market in that instance. So not quite ready to be moving into the long side just yet. We just need a better setup here. Of course, if support is found on 2850 here, then we will be moving higher from that point, and in that case we would need to look at a wave structure that we've looked at before for this, but a bit more bullish. So in this case here we're looking at wave 1 and 2, and all 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and going up for 5 here. This is one of the counts we had before where we have wave 1 here and wave 2 here. So this would be valid, and you know, it's good to know, because if it takes it out, then we know, you know, if this top is taken out, for instance, then we know that we'll be pushing up into the 3,000 at that point in a third wave from that point, so we can still go long. But even so, we should see the 5 waves up here finish. Once they're finished, if we get an A, B, C pattern here that I was talking about before, then that's why we will go long here, if that's going to, you know, move into that space there, and that's why we would take that trade which I showed on the 1 hour chart, because that would be the perfect setup for a higher move here. But otherwise we'll see this move down from here after these 5 waves here. So a little bit patient, bit of patience in here for that. So I'm just going to leave it at that at the moment, because really it all comes back down to this little structure here. We can go on to the tick chart here. So with the tick chart here, I was counting it like this here, with an A wave here and then an A and ABC for the B wave here. And then, as I mentioned last time, we're looking for 5 waves up here, and that's why I thought it might turn sort of bullish, because if we did take this low here, then that would be wave 1 and 2 here, and we've got overlapping wave structures here, so we'd have to call this wave 1 and 2. And if that's the case, then wave 3, I need to redo that, but that's okay. So wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5 here, just for the third wave here, and then there'll be the 4th wave, and then there'll be the 5th wave here, taking us much higher. So we really want this one to, if this B wave is here, then we can count this as 1 and 2 here, and 3 here, and 4 here, and 5 here. So in terms of counting 5 to the upside here to get this wave 5 of C of B here, then we're pretty close to where we're looking at now, but we'd look to this as wave 1 here and wave 2, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So we're just into the 3rd wave here. There'll be a 4th and a 5th wave. So coming up into the 28.45, 28.50 area here is where we can form that top. So that's why we need to allow this, either one of these counts to play out here. So let's see how we go with that. We'll pick that up in next session. Alrighty, cheers.